Okay, I am live. I thought I would do some building in my city live because I've never done this before, so you can see what exactly it is that I do. Don't expect anybody to be here, but you can watch and you can see my thought processes and realize that I don't have a lot of thought processes on these. So let's get started. Huh? What to do? I don't know. I really don't know. Well, let's try doing... Let's look at traffic first. Sound pollution is okay. It's what I would expect. Traffic is still bad over there. I'm not surprised by that. Not surprised by that at all. Maybe this needs to be a roundabout. If I did do that, it would make a difference. Let's try that as a roundabout. Pause that. And do some deconstruction here. Hate to do it to you guys, but it's going to happen. What are you? Oh, you're a crematorium. Of course. Should have known. I need to move you. For the moment, I'm just going to move you here. And once this roundabout is done, we'll put you back. Okay. 6-lane. Oops, hit the highway. 6-lane. Since we're going, we'll go tree lined. Is that want that? I think so. Do I want the big roundabout? No. How about just a small? Well, if I do just a small roundabout, I'm going to line it up here. And then do the... It's going to have to... This is going to be very awkwardly shaped. That was a mistake. I should have lined it up with those two roads because the other roads can come in. So... There. Alright. Now what am I doing? I've lost my mind. Ah! This is why you never see me do this live, is because it can be frustrating. Alright, so... There we go. There. Now we can do this so that I have the right one. Can I do this one? Oh no, we'll have to see. Yeah, I can. Now this is going to look ugly for a few seconds. Well, it's probably going to look ugly, period. But that's okay. Straight. You are already there. I want you here. Okay. Now, the thing which I always forget are the stoplights. Did you put in stoplights? Yes, you did. There we go. Alright, so let's put this back. And we are doing pretty good. Alright. Now I lost you. There you are. Oh, I like that. Okay. Now, oops. Gotta move you. Sorry, I forgot to move you. What am I on? I'm not on anything. Okay, sorry, I have to move you. It was my bad. I should have remembered. There you go. Now we're all happy. The other thing I'm thinking about is move. Oh, look at all those people. Where are you guys going? To the subway. Should I put another subway crossing here so they don't have to cross the street? Because that's a lot of people going to the subway. I don't know. I do like that roundabout there. That makes me happy. Yeah, got that. Let's see. This looks really good. Yeah, it looks really good. Alright, zoning. We need to get more zoning in here. I'm going to try to do this more what was that water thing? Okay, I thought I had water there. I'm going to try to do this more high traffic residential, or yeah. So this might be a really bad idea. Well, in these small streets, this is a really bad idea. So I think we might stick with the low end. Now that I think about it, we might stick with the low end. Do a sound buffer on this side first, and then we'll stick with this low end, because the smaller density will do much better on these small streets, I'm finding. And then of course I like to stick in a few residential places every now and then, simply because it just looks better. Alright, commercial, you're doing well. And if you don't have to walk to your commercial, or you don't have to drive to your commercial, that gets people off the streets. Because that, I think, was one of my first problems with the city. If you go back and look at the earlier episodes, the fact that I had tons of commercial, or had tons of residential, but no traffic or no buses or anything. The transportation was deplorable, and that really was my own fault. So yeah, I should have done something about that much earlier. The other thing I'm looking for are roads that actually go all the way through, and I don't think there really is one right now. So that's cool. So if I have a road that would go all the way through, what I would do with that is I would then turn it into a more of a commercial lined road. But since I don't have to worry about that, I'm all good. Okay, looks pretty good. Now, you know what I have not done and I should have done? Services, water's good. Trash, we're still really good. Okay, healthcare. Realistically, I should have done this earlier. Here by the highway, I might stick in, if I can get it to go in there, might stick in a health clinic. If I can find a place where a health clinic would go. Well, there you go. There, just a small health clinic in the neighborhood. Death care is not real good over here, and sure, a health clinic and death care next to each other is sort of a bad thing. Fire. Fire doesn't look hideous right now, but it's not great. I'd love to have a big fire station, because I think that would be nice. That way we don't have to worry about it. And if we're going to have a big fire station, we might as well have a big police station. Education, this is going to probably be, it's not as atrocious as I thought. Now some of you are wondering why I'm doing this without their, without them being connected yet. And that's simple, because it'll fill in quickly. I know that there's going to be a university here, and realistically, where would be a good place for a university campus? I could just go across the street and have the university campus here, because the university does draw in quite a bit of traffic. If I only had a nice, this is what happens when you don't plan these things out really well. I want it on, if I could get it somewhere over in here, because I don't want it too far off of a big road. And of course you're not going to let me put it anywhere where it would be really easy. That really is the only spot. Alright, we'll just make it work. Okay, so once again, we are going to, and I think I'm going to start just dropping these in. More residential. The one thing that we need is we need commercial in here, as you can tell just by looking at it, and that's okay. Looks good so far. Now, over here by the college, I think I'm going to do this way. We're going to have some college offices. And offices will be on these main roads. And then behind the college, we'll put in some residential or dorms and those sort of things. Now you're wondering why I haven't put in many parks or that sort of thing, and the reason is because I'm going to throw those in later on. Let's get a few of those. Because with the parks and the residential, I think it'll be easier to see where everybody is and where everybody's going, then decide what to do with it. Then try to do this the other way. I mean, I've done it where I put in the parks before, but it never really works out well. Except find out where everybody is. And yes, I am one of those people who I have to be a micro manager. Let's see what's going on. There are a lot of trucks going through here. Okay, how are you guys doing? Oh, well, if we're going to do this, I've never understood the people who have these oceanfront or waterfront properties, and then they put, like, commercial on them. It's just like, no. Why not try putting residential, so that would up the value? Let's put a commercial there, then buffer this with some offices. And then we can do some more. This is, I think, where the rich people will live. And they've got their own nice little shady lane going across there, and people are building. So that definitely says something. Let's get a lot of demand for commercial. So let's get that going. But yeah, I say that, and then the first thing I do is not a commercial building after I say there's a lot of demand. I can hear the dings, so I know everybody's going up. Alright, let's look at where we need some parks. Well, I hate to tear down your house, but we need some parks there. could work. And I try not to repeat the same park, but I'll admit it, I do. I don't like these really long parks. They're sometimes hard to deal with. Now, and yes, I like my people to be excessively happy. We want them to be so happy they can't stand it. A skate park over here would be nice if there's room for it somewhere. But I think a skate park would make more sense there by the highway. Oh, wait, did I see a spot? Yeah, but that's so close to going out of town. Don't think so. Let's see what else we have. A plaza. We could put a plaza over here. That sort of makes sense. I just want everybody to be ridiculously happy. That's our goal. Then we'll put in some sidewalks and those sort of things. But I need room. We're going to try to do this without destroying too many houses, but since I waited so long... Alright, that looks pretty good so far. Let's see what else we have here. Parking is always an issue, especially down around these places. So throwing in some parking spots on these little tiny spots, those are always good. And eventually I will tell you what my mods are. I'll do a list of what the mods are. Oh hey, you guys aren't happy. I can't have people not being happy. I want everybody to be happy. I'm not sure how to make you happy without destroying a lot of people's houses. I guess I'm going to have to destroy some houses. There you go. I want happy people. I want very, very happy people. And you guys are very, very unhappy over here too. What are you zoned as? Okay. Parks. There. Looks good so far. I still have a lot of demand for commercial. And realistically, I could put the commercial in. Oh, I can still do it. I can put commercial in here. And then let's get some offices along here. Hopefully be a sound barrier. And then some more residential offices. There we go. I think this looks pretty good. I know some of you don't have electricity. I like this. I like the fact that in the curvy spot there are just so many different places that you can go. And what's the saying, that the roads don't reveal themselves to you? And I like that. So if you're traveling, you have to look for a while and drive along these little neighborhoods. Nice. Very nice. I don't mind that at all. I should have made that commercial, which I think I will, since it is so small. And since it's right there by the hospital, it'd make the most sense to put the parking lots over here. But the parking lots go the wrong way. Ha 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 ha. So we won't do that. We'll put parking lots there. Can I put a parking lot here? Yes, I can. Okay. I wonder if there's a great space. This is such a cool building. I like it. The botanical garden, I just think it, if I had one in my city, I think I'd go there all the time. Where was that? I saw you light up, I saw you go green, but I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. Okay. Still lots more commercial. And manufacturing. I mean, if there's going to be a botanical garden, it would make sense there'd be some commercial around it. And I think this is going to go offices over on this side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. Okay. Let's finish up this zoning, and then we are going to get we're going to put in the buses and those sort of things, and I think we need to think big, because that's what I have a tendency to do, is do the small things first, but I think I'm going to go with the big, like sort of the huge subways or metros, and then from there go. Can all the rest of this be? No, you guys should be offices down here. Then I think I'm going to paint the rest of these. Yeah. That looks good. And we should be getting close to a milestone there. Alright. Let's do some transportation. Mr. Metro, there is no Metro. And another nice thing about that is that would stop all these people who are going across the highway. If I put a Metro. Oh, okay, that was one thing I was going to talk about. One of the big mistakes that I did was putting the Metro on this big highway, and I shouldn't have. So while we're gonna pause this, and I'm moving the Metro. Why am I moving the Metro? Because everybody is on these things, and I hate that. So where can I move the Metro that makes sense? Pausing you guys. Turning off you. Turning off. Okay. Then I want to move you. Yes. I want to move you like here. Okay, then I'm also going to have to go underground and you. Put in the tunnel. Do a curvy thing so we can align it. Okay, where's my next Metro? Where are you? There you are. And you're way over there, but I think I'm going to put in an extra Metro line. Like one here. Can I do that with destroying less buildings? Huh. Guess not. And then we'll move you. Yes, I'm going to move you somewhere over here. There. Now we get to dig this up. And now you can see why this video is probably going to end up being called Destruction, because we're going to destroy a lot. But I think with these things getting off that highway, it will make the highway a little bit better. Did I destroy enough? Yes, I destroyed enough. Nope, whoops, my bad. I want you. Curvy. Where's Curvy? Obviously I messed something up. Okay. So, there we go. You look good. could just zoom out and do this like a normal person would, but I never said that I was normal. Let's move you. And without making this hideously bad, I'm going to move you over to here. And where's the next one? I'm going to move you to, can I put you here? Yes. Is there another one down this way? I don't think so, or that's all I want to deal with right now, because that'll be enough. There'll be enough problems already. So, do you do you, boo. Okay. This is going to wreak havoc on the subway lines. Alright, subway tunnels. There we go. And where are you? There you are. Let me do that. And no, we're gonna do a little bit more destruction here. I think that can be just a straight line. It looks like it can. Page down. Straight line. There we go. Now let's see if we can get these stops. Can I grab you guys? There, cool so far. Now where are the next two? Here you are. Cool so far. Yay. Where are the next two? You're here. Right, so I thought I could grab you easier. Nope. Oh, come on, make it so I can grab you. Oh, where is the sub? There it is. Oh, come on. It's either that or I have to delete you, and I don't know if I can do that. If I can't grab a hold of you, I have to delete you somehow. And I just don't see that happening. Oh, that's why, because there's a whole nother subway stop here. Can I bring you? Nope. Can I grab you guys? Alright, can I delete you guys? Not do either, so what I think we'll try to do is I think we will try to, nope, want to go this way, opposite way. No, so am I going to have to move you? Okay. Then you should be a stop, but you're not. Why are you not a stop? Because you don't connect? Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to find where this thing goes and put this in that way. So where do you stop? Oh, you stop down there. Okay. So what I'll do is then, through the power of multiple finger movements, grab onto you and put you back here, hopefully. This is the hardest part about this, is getting these things so they line back up. And that's not where you were. So you're down here? I have to go all the way up here. Okay, so let's see if we can get subway lines. One there, cool. One here. So far, so good. One here, one here. That makes me happy. One there, and one there. How are we doing? That should have stopped all of what we messed up. There. Okay, now. I need to get that somewhere. Actually, so let me put this back on and come out of this so that we can see how people are doing. Ah, buses. That's what we needed to change now. So, where is your stop that makes sense? So you guys actually need to pause. I've been told that if you do this while the game is paused... Oh, wrong thing. My bad. Bus stops. I've been told that if you pause the game, or instead of doing these things while the game is running, if you pause it, that it's better. How'd that do? That looks good so far. And then we definitely have to have a stop here. And where all do you need to go? There are no stops here, so you need to go in here completely anyway. Let's not have these be like huge bus lines. And we'll just basically limit it to this section. And I also figured out how to do something which I should have known to begin with. Where are you? I'm gonna put you... You shouldn't probably share one, but that way you can transfer over. And we'll get you back here. Now you... We have you go the opposite direction. Don't worry, I will put more bus lines in the center of this, but I think I'm going to try to do smaller and shorter bus lines. Okay. Now how is that? How's everybody doing? Are you happy? You seem to be doing okay. Okay, now, yeah, that makes sense. this. Where is that? Is that the closest I can get that? Let's move the bus line there. There we go. Now, why would I do some of these things? Oh yeah. Focus in on these things. I'm doing this because I know eventually we're going to need to get people from one spot to another. Let's see where the people who are over here are going. Where are you guys going? You guys are going from there, down, around. Oh, you're going out on the highway. Well, that was unexpected. There are a few of you who are going over here. Huh. Okay, highly unexpected. Highway through. Oh, we probably need to do this. Make this into its own little area. Well, I'll neaten this up in a few minutes. But make this into its own little area and then do a old town where nobody can come in unless they actually live there. Okay. Now, Linden, yeah. Okay, Linden District policies. Why am I not seeing your policies? Why did your policies not come up? That's the economy. I want to see my policies. I don't see policies, period. Huh. Well, that's a bit unusual. It says that I've got policies up, but I can't see them. That's going to be an issue. I'm not going to take too terribly long on this because I want to keep things going. But yeah, not being able to see those is sort of annoying. Don't need that. Oh wow, we're actually running out of high school? How is it that we're running out of high school? There should be plenty of room for high school students. Yeah, 10,000, okay. Trash is good. Health, how's everybody's health doing? Health is good. Yay. Once again, checking on these things. Fire is mostly good. Could use a little fire department down here. There, we'll put fire department there. Police. Not bad. Oh, you guys need workers. And you need a police department. Okay. I get it. Why don't you have so... Where are your workers coming from? See how traffic is here. these guys, so this is heavy. We need a better... I need to force everybody to go either through or something. Please tell me they're not traffic lights again. Stop. Okay, are there traffic lights? There should not be. Nope. That looks good. So what's the problem? You guys are wanting to turn... Oh. Why wouldn't everybody just... You've got this main street here, and yet they don't want to seem to use it. They want to seem to use these other streets. Alright, let's do this. We are going to do some things, which is probably going to drive most of these guys nuts. But I'm going to upgrade these so that they're going out. And why am I underground? Don't like that. Alright. This is what I don't get. Why? Why are you turning that way? Metropolis! Yay! I don't want you going in, I want you going out. There we go. I want all of these going out, I think. Yep. Yep. Because then that just makes it a little bit easier. Now, let's see. You guys look good. Why are you backing up? I realize that you've got that. And you guys are going where? What happens if I take out the... You're going up here, okay. And you're just doing a circle? Why are you just doing a circle? That makes zero sense. Oh, since we're Metropolis, by the way, I should check and see. Can I buy that? Yes, I can buy this. Purchase. That makes me happy. Okay. We are Metropolis. we've purchased this. How's this railroad, how's this traffic doing? Once I cleared up that, it got much better. Oh, hey. You. Realistically, I want to get rid of you. Oh, you're underground, that's why. Stop being underground. Yes. That is so much. This is the other thing which I made this mistake on. So this road should be a two-way. And I think it's a one-way. It should be a two-way. No, it is a two-way. So then... realistically, is there anything that they would... Are they parking? Do not park there, like, for any reason. And I'm not like 100% certain why people take this road. Really, I'm not 100% certain on this one. Alright. We've got a lot of residential demand. A lot of residential demand. And we still have the special buildings to deal with. Like a lot of them, since I've never placed them down. What I need is like a specialization area, which is going to be a touristy area. Well, if we can get... If we do this... and put a touristy area over here, because then we can do factories. If this becomes factory haven here, so the C is over here, this would make more sense for there to be more factories, right? Right. And now that this is in, let's first focus on stop being underground. Down to here. Stop it there. Okay. Now let's put this here. Can I get? It's too steep. So then let's go here. That's too steep. Oh, it was worth a shot. Can't blame me for trying. Okay. Then let's see where some streets are that we can connect to. Here and here. Check. And then another nice one will be right through here and here. Then we've got residential. Nope. We're gonna dump you here. And I'm going to do some big pieces of residential here. Because those should... Oh, hey. Water. At least I remembered it really quickly. That looks good. Wonder how the solar power thing, because normally those things just scream for water. But that one doesn't seem to be like even minding. I think I'm gonna leave that simply so that I can do, so we can go around it, maybe put a park around it. There we go. Looks good. And before you guys get really built, sorry. Hey, I tried. Same with you. We will need a few more cut overs there. Here we go. And you go here. Perfect. Are there any streets that come through? There are. You guys are gonna hate me for just demolishing your... Oh, that was... Oh, I hate it when that happens. Okay. My fault. There we go. Looks good. Okay. Put you up through here. You there. We can send you out here. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Now, in a perfect world, it's like the devil's drop off. That's just great. That looks pretty good. Alright. Now we are backing up here. Why are we backing up? Because most of these guys can't get through. Now, realistically, there needs to be a bigger way. So if I made, what if I made, once again, total destruction. Darn it. There you go. If I did you, upgrade you. Can I upgrade you? Alright, so we made that a 6. Yeah, we would go to this. This. See this? I want this to come through. Like, here. So that it makes sense. Alright, why can't I upgrade you? What is there? What are you? You are... Oh. You're Y. Okay, is that far enough out that I can upgrade you now? It is. Okay, now with all that upgraded, I think I should be able to then do this. Yeah, all of your offices went away. Spot there, yeah. But now with that being said, it would make sense that, hey look, we can take this and go straight on through, although I should have done this at diagonal so that would make more sense. Now what I think I'm going to do is then do the stop signs. We're going to put a stop here. And a stop here. So that way, all of those roads then have to stop onto it, but it keeps going. I like that. I like that a lot. This is making me happy. And this should definitely make it so that everybody goes through here. Yes. This makes so much more sense. It does not need to be a 6-lane, but by making this a 6-lane, it will sort of make things go faster. Stop, stop. And you guys are yields. That is cool. Actually, if I change this, so that you have to go I could do that, change it so that you have to take the roundabout. And that's where everybody's getting hung up right now, is the fact that they are not taking this roundabout. I wonder if I turn that back into a 2-way. Which I could. Just would rather than take the roundabout around. Should I turn this into a 1-way? I could do one of these. This is weird, but it should work. Forcing people to take the roundabout. I mean, it's forcing people to no longer do things that they shouldn't be doing. Looks better. Why are you guys stopped? You're a 6 lane. You have the right of way. So where are you going? Oh wow, I mean, they're talking, you've got lots and lots of room to turn and you're not. Once again. So where are all these? Oh, this is driving me nuts. And I've created my own traffic jam once again. All goes good until you get down into here. Then it all goes badly. What would make the most sense is maybe do a slip road. That would go from here. Oh, it's got a park, that's why that won't work. Nope, park. I just don't, this is what I don't get, is why these cars aren't moving. Unless I unzone. Did I specialize the zones? Let's see. Oil. Let's look at the resources. You guys are out of oil. Ha 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 ha. That's part of it. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to take you and unoil you. How's that? And oil them. Will that cut down on the traffic there? It might, without them having the need to do oil. That might actually cut down on the traffic. By the way, where are our... Of course, the farm one is right here. I could very easily just turn that into a farming area. Which I really am thinking of doing. some farmland in here. Don't really have like a whole lot of need for it now, but it'll work. Zone that. Didn't mean to zone that right there. Yay. Now, back over here. You're looking good. That did it. Once we got rid of all that oil production, there are not as many vehicles. Hooray! I still have demand for that. Okay. So what we'll do here, some offices. Nice. Very nice. I think what I'm going to do is this. That's good. Once the oil jobs dried up, then things became a little bit more difficult. Not completely impossible, just a little bit more difficult. But I'm going to go through here and see what I can do about unzoning things which shouldn't have been zoned that way to begin with. There we go. Let's get rid of this. Because you guys really shouldn't be there anyway. And what we'll do for you is that. Does that feel? Offices much better. Should I connect now? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I think for today that's really it. We got a lot done, and you'll see the sped up version of this where I show what I did, but I think that's all we're going to do today. So I thank you for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this, doing this way. It's a little strange for me because normally I don't talk during all of this, but you get to see what exactly I did with this area, and also the rezoning of this area. So we have our 2 districts which are now done. Excellent. Well, I hope I get to see you again next time.